What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Green Room. Tonight, my guests are the gentlemen from the band Horizion Theory. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Yes.
Awesome. I know Chris, Lewis, and then she told me Chris and Lewis would be the ones on here. But what's your names again?
This is Josh.
Yeah.
Josh.
Chris.
Okay.
Chris here, Lewis here. I'm Josh. I'm the
Awesome.
singer.
Thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us. And you guys got a new single and a new video out, Past Life, just released back last month. And how has that been received? And tell us a little bit about the song and the video.
It's so far it's been received really well, surprisingly, and we dropped it on March 17th, and within 3 weeks we actually hit 1 million views on YouTube, which is just insane for us. You know, I mean, just to even think about at all. So we feel like it's been received pretty well for our first real single. You know, it's pretty exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
it's still early, still fresh. You know what I mean? So it gets more exciting every day.
Oh yeah, it's barely a month out.
Yeah, right.
A couple more days, it'd be a month.
Yeah.
So Horizion Theory is a group of musicians that have joined together, made up from probably other bands and stuff. Tell us how that happened.
Well, Lewis and I were in a band before this, and we decided to kind of go a different direction, a different sound. So him and I got together a year ago, started kind of writing some riffs and ideas. And then last April, through a mutual friend, I met Josh, and he stopped in here to kind of throw some vocals on something as he was on his way to perform another show with his other band.
Nice.
And so he came in, he's like, man, I only got like 5 or 10 minutes. So let's, I had a track on loop, and he grabbed a mic and listened to it one time and then started putting some vocals on, and I got chills. I was like, Jesus, this is like Lane Staley reincarnated.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I was like, oh my God. So after that, we started getting together for the whole year in 2022, the next like 6 months, and working on hooks and melodies and vocals. That was one thing I wanted to focus on in this band was, writing to the vocals, making sure the vocals are kind of guiding the music. You know,
Right.
It's something that I think maybe gets overlooked in a lot of like, metal music or whatever. It's just one of those things that sometimes I feel like vocals are an afterthought,
Right.
and focused on the instruments. And I wanted this to be like vocally driven, especially since we found a great singer. Yeah. So that's kind of the direction we took. And Lewis lives in LA, so he flies in all the time to lay bass down on our tracks. And
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of fell into a pretty cool track. Really, is kind of how it worked.
Yeah, we were.
And the mutual friend of ours that hooked us up was actually a bass player in another band that I'm currently in called Blackout. And
Okay.
so we're all buddies, and he hit me up one day. I was on my way to a gig, like Chris said, and he said, man, got an opportunity for you. I think you should come meet these guys and see what you got, and it's been history ever since. I mean, it's been over a year solid of just writing, like you said, melodies and all kinds of ideas, and nonstop. Yeah. And it's been great. It's been great.
Awesome. So you just took like most of the year to gel and write lots. So you should have lots of material to release. And
Yeah, I think probably 15 or 20 songs in the bank that are all good enough to be released.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do one every 6 weeks for the rest of the year. We'll end up with 8 or 9 songs by the end of this year, 3 or 4 music videos.
nice.
Yeah, and it was actually, Lewis and I were looking at the pool of singers. We were looking into and talking to were like guys from LA, you know, people that have already been in, you know, touring bands and stuff. And we never expected to find a guy that lives 30 minutes from my studio in rural Michigan.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just totally bizarre and crazy how that happened. So.
Yeah. And we all jive. I mean, the drummer Jeff, he's also in another band, and we know all these guys. Actually, the bass player who hooked us up is in that band. So, it's just we all jive, and it's been crazy. I mean, it's just been a little surreal, you know, how everything's. And then we hit 1 million views on that first song, and it's just been like.
Well, first, for me, it was quite a story because I'm in LA. And me and Chris would text every so often, you know, almost on a daily basis.
Right.
We were, at least personally, I was getting worried a little bit because it's been almost a year and we couldn't find a singer. And we're like, oh, man, it's getting hard. And one day he's like, he texted me, he's like, you're busy. I need to call you right now. I'm like, okay, call me. And then he calls me and say, hey, we find our singer. 30 minutes from my house. I was like, what? And that's the story.
Awesome. Hey, sometimes you just luck out, right? And something perfect, something almost perfect falls in place.
Right.
So you guys just got off a small tour. How was that to be out on the road rocking in front of the crowds and fans?
Well, it was different at first because I don't know if you've heard of what happened, but Josh had a medical issue like 2 days before we were going to leave.
Okay, yeah, Allison mentioned that today or earlier to me.
So he wasn't with us. We didn't have a singer. So we had like 48 hours to figure out what to do. We decided to put his vocals from our songs that we were going to do on this tour on live tracks.
Nice.
And I just every night found more and more spots where I could add in live vocals along with the tracks to try to make it as live as possible.
Vocals that we had already had over the last year of, you know, dicking around with these songs and writing these melodies and stuff. And we had the songs, and that's what we were going to play anyway. But, they had less than 2 days to figure that out. And it was not, and I'm at home, like, just besides myself. I'm missing my first tour, you know, with Tantric and Smile Empty Soul and these guys. Like, this was like the moment, you know. And it was crazy. It was super crazy. I was down for the whole month. I missed the whole tour.
And then he called me the day we were heading home from Austin, the day of the last show, and they finally figured out his situation with the meds he was on, and he was instantly feeling better. Like he was sick from the start of the tour to the last day of it.
Man.
And I never thought we had plans to film a new music video the weekend after we got back. And I'm like, I canceled on that, told the guys, no way this is going to happen. And then I talked to Josh like 3 days after we're home. He's like, dude, I'm feeling good. I'm like, good enough to film a video? And he's like, yeah, I think so. So we had those guys out and we did the video, and we just, right before we got on this call with you, we got a copy back, an edited version of the video from our video guys. And we got to watch that right before we got on this Zoom with you. And it's like, I still got chills. Like it came out so good.
Yeah, we're so pumped.
Yeah,
pretty good.
You guys are on a roll. It sounds like. I mean,
it's wild. But when we hit the 1 million views on YouTube,
we were filming
last Saturday, was it? We was the same day we were filming our second video. So it was like it just happened. Like we hit 1 million views, and 5 minutes later we walked in the room and filmed the video, and it was our second video. And it's just everything just like clockwork.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't write this stuff, right?
Oh, right.
And just,
right. Yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome, man.
Great.
Congratulations on the success of that
vibes,
video.
you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what happens when your positive vibes are going around.
Yeah.
So besides filming the new video, obviously you just mentioned that. What's next on the table for you guys?
We've got a festival that we can't announce yet, but it's going to be in July. Hopefully we can announce that soon in the next few. Right. I think maybe the next 3 weeks, maybe. But so we've got that, and then we've got some tours that we are looking at for August and September. And we're going to just keep pumping out music with videos and grab tours and festivals as we can, and try to figure out. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Where can we find out info about where you guys are going to be and what festivals and tours you're going to be on, and where can we find your music at?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. we've got
All the social medias.
pretty much everything.
You know,
Yeah,
all the usual stuff.
yeah,
Usual
Spotify.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
All right.
Again, you're watching From the Green Room, and my guests have been Josh, Chris, and Luis from Horizon Theory. Thank you so much, guys, for taking some time out and chatting with me, and let's do it again.
Yeah,
Cool.
brother. Sounds
Yeah.
good, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Awesome.